Now, let me ask you this, because this has been the hot topic on this show. Who do you think right now is the primary number one receiver when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I mean, right now it looks like it's CD, but
Okay.
I think Amari, I think they kind of each have a role, and I
Uh-huh.
think they kind of feed off each other. But I think eventually CD is going to be he's going to be the man on the team. I mean, Gallup, I always look at Gallup as Alvin Harper
Right.
of the night. I always go back to that. He makes the big plays down the field, and then Amari. Personally, I think in 2 years, they're probably going to end up parting
Moving
ways, and
away.
because you got Gallup and you've got CD. But I love Amari. Obviously, you see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
jersey
yeah.
background. I
Coop.
like him. So I'm hoping he's still got stuff left.
Yeah, and I like Cooper. He's just a different kind of wide receiver that a lot of people aren't accustomed to. And so, like, and one of my friends, he was a huge Raiders fan, or he is a huge Raiders fan. And he said, when we traded for Amari Cooper, there's going to be games you're going to love him, and the next game
Mm.
you're going to ask, where the heck is he? And that's Amari Cooper. It's just like, 12 catches, he blows up for 100 something yards, and then next game is just like, where'd you go? And so it's just peaks and valleys with Amari Cooper when CeeDee Lamb was just kind of on the trajectory, transcending up. So I'm really curious to see who's going to start getting the attention when it comes to our wide receiver core, because you mentioned the big three, but you also got to talk about Cedric Wilson's been playing great as of late. Also threw
Yeah.
for a touchdown. So, I mean, there's so many different pieces and weapons that this offense still has, but I really don't want to place this season strictly on the offensive shoulders. So it's a great question. I think her name is Eva. She asked you what your prediction was, which you just gave for the game. But what is your prediction for the Cowboys' future? Are you still thinking playoffs and Super Bowl, that we're going to be down there partying with you in Tampa, or?
I'm hoping it, but obviously that's a long way to go. But
Yeah,
I think the season, thankfully, again, not to beat a dead horse with our division, it's terrible.
right.
So we're going to be in it. And what Parcells always, used to say, you get in a tournament, if you can get hot. I mean, we've seen it. You've seen 9-7 Giants. I mean, you've seen teams that fight their way in, and they're battle tested. And when it comes to the playoffs, it's a different animal. Plus, with COVID, you just don't know
Right.
where things are going, what players and injuries and all that stuff that just keeps piling up. So it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to be in it to the end, at least of the division. And if they win the division and go to the playoffs, they're hosting a playoff game, and
In Dallas.
you just never know. It's all
Yeah,
you ask for is a chance, right?
exactly, exactly. And I know a lot of people were jumping on me on Twitter, but I did say it, with all these outbreaks starting to go through these NFL teams, if the NFL want to kind of push this season back and restart in January, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Let's push it back a little bit. Let's restart in January, and then we'll come back, and hopefully we'll have some of our guys healthy, and then we can
Yeah.
make a run. So good question. Shouts out to my brother Cody. He asked, "Do we even keep Michael Gallup next season?"
I mean, me personally, I would. I mean, he's got one more year unless he holds out and he's trying to get more money. But the reason I brought Cooper up, because if you looked at his contract, the way it was structured, that year that Gallup's a free agent, that's where kind of, if Dallas was going to make a move to either restructure Cooper or make a move, that's what they would do. I love Gallup. I mean, he makes big plays. And it's, not to go back to Alvin Harper, but
Right.
that was one of the nice things when you had Michael Irvin on one side and Alvin Harper. He might only catch 3 or 4 balls, but they were always big time. They were always
Exactly.
big.
Exactly. Whenever Michael Gallup's number is called, he's there. And so I think we have to keep Michael Gallup. Like I said, I would think that Amari Cooper would be the moving piece before Michael Gallup is moved. So, and like you said, having these wide receivers right now is a luxury. And so let's just worry about keeping them all right now, what we have, because right now we're very depending on this wide receiver core. It says, I think we are rebuilding without knowing it. Needs 2 offensive linemen, 2 corners, and 2 safeties. I feel like the corner position is okay. 2 safeties, yeah. Offensive lineman, yeah. I think it's time we start looking as far as the future is concerned and addressing that need as far as the left tackle is concerned, especially with Tyron Smith. I mean, granted, he's not getting up there in age, but he has a type of body that it feels like he's been playing, for years. And so I feel like we really need to secure that left tackle position by bringing in a new guy. And then it also depends on what Lyle Collins is. I mean, I didn't expect Lyle Collins to be out this season. I know he kind of came in out of shape or whatnot, and then he had the hip surgery. And as we all know, in sports, hip surgeries, it could go either way, man. You just never know with those things. So that's something I would definitely keep an eye on. I personally, guys, and I've been beating the table for this all off season, but I guess we need to give up on Connor McGovern. I guess there's something that everyone else in the organization sees that we don't see. Because personally, if it was me, I would move Connor McGovern to the left guard position and then swing Connor Williams out to right tackle where he played in Texas and see if he's comfortable there. But I guess with Connor McGovern, there's something that we're not seeing, guys. So I don't think that's going to be the issue. So right now, the offensive line will stay intact until something goes wrong in the game. I think they'll make that decision moving there. But Brandon Knight has played solid left tackle, and Tyler Biotish, we knew he was going to come in and have an impact. So he's been great at center thus far. Do you have an idea how long is Joe Looney actually out for? Did we ever?
He's on because I didn't see him on any of the injury reports, so he's on IR. And I was thinking of Cheeto as well as I thought Cheeto was due to come off this week, but maybe it's another week. Maybe it's Washington or maybe right before the Steelers.
Yeah, so that'll be the game. I mean, I think what we can do, can take any NFL team for granted, but if we can rest our players for Washington and come back fully healthy for the Steelers, I think that'll give us a good opportunity to make a statement. So if we're able to win this game, hopefully beat Washington as well, and then get some momentum going to Pittsburgh, that'll be a great thing to get some of these guys back off the injury reserve. So, Mike, I'm not going to keep you all night, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like I said, it's been a very dark week for Dallas Cowboys fans. We need some hype right now. So go ahead and bring the heat, man. We need some hype, man.
Let me think here. I usually do one on Friday night, so I won't do my normal one, but I'll see if I can think of something that'll be. I'll do a quick one. Hopefully the audio's okay. I can't see that well on the screen, so hopefully I'm still on screen.
Yeah, you're on screen.
Monday, we are in the house that JJ's built. We lost Dak. We lost Tyron. We lost Collins. But understand this. It's Zeke. It's Gallup. It's Cooper. It's CD. Everybody else just fall in line. Can you hear that, Murray? Can you hear that? That's Tank Lawrence coming to the blind side to get you. Can you hear that? That Golden Smith. Ready to lay out. Very short. Very short. The Cowboys kick ass. Whoa! Now let me tell you, Jay Tuck, Cowboy Nation, you got me feeling it. Now can you dig it?
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Bring the heat, baby. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. Cowboys Nation, let's get positive. Let's ride for our team. Let's ride for Andy Dalton. Let's put all the foolishness aside and let's go win on Monday. All right. It's your boy J Tuck, CowboysFansOnly.com. I'll post in the chat. 20% off. Hype is the checkout code. Also follow me on Twitter at JTuck151. Subscribe to the channel, Cowboys Fans Only. And we are out, Cowboys fan. We'll see ya on